High fluoride levels in water risks to developing brain. Now, um, fluoride is one of the first things that I learned about that the government was lying to us about. I found out about fluoride around the same time I found out about 9/11 being an inside job. I was in the military. I was in the Air Force. This was around 2002. I was I did HVAC. I did heating and air conditioning in the Air Force. And one of my buildings that I had to maintain was a water treatment plant. And in that water treatment plant, one of my really good friends in the Air Force, he was a water treatment specialist there, or technician, or whatever you call him. And so I would go, shoot the breeze with him a little bit while I would go and check on some of my heaters there. And so I went into one of the heating rooms, one of the rooms to look at one of the heaters in there, and I noticed that the pipes was eroded. I mean, it was really bad. It was really really bad, and none of the other heaters were like that. And so I went to my friend and I was like, "Hey man, these pipes are really really bad. What's going on with these pipes? And it's not like this in none of your buildings." And he was like, "Well, this is where we store the fluoride, and the fluoride is eat up these pipes." And I was like, "Oh my gosh, y'all put that in the water?" He was like, "Yeah." And it had the skull and bones on there, the signs on there that it's poison, the poison signs. And I'm like, wait a minute. So why do you put that in the water? If it does that to the pipes, what would it do to our body? And that's when I really started waking up to some of the things that government's been doing to us over the years. And so I started doing some research into fluoride, and I came across multiple studies. And this is back in 2002, where that said that fluoride is not good for developing brains for babies at all. And ever since then, my eyes were wide open to government and how they lied to us. I mean, before then, I believed everything that came out of out of the government, everything that was on mainstream media. But that was really an eye opener. So we're gonna talk a little bit about this. This is not a new study. The government knows about this. This has been going on for years. I've done research papers on this in college and all types of stuff. This is known. There are studies to show this. So we're gonna talk a little bit about that. But before we get started, go to hit that like button, share this out so we can get this information out there. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. Hit that alarm bell so you know when I'm putting out new stuff. Also, check out my link tree in the description. It has a link to my Patreon. That's where I talk about things I can't talk about here. There's also a link to my Instagram and my merch store. All right, so let's talk about this news. Now, this comes from the National Post. And they report that pregnant women exposed to high levels of fluoride nearly double the odds of having a child with neurobehavioral issues by age 3, including symptoms such as anxiety and emotional regulation problems, according to a recent study. The findings revealed by researchers who examined just under 230 mother-child pairs come amid the UK's government's controversial plans to add fluoride to drinking water supplies of an additional 1.6 million people to improve dental health, which we know it does not. It actually does not improve mental health. They don't even tell you what fluoride really is. Fluoride is the runoff of chemicals. It's the byproduct of chemicals in certain plants, certain technologies. I can't remember exactly what, but it'd be chemical runoff, and they don't have really anywhere to store this runoff. So someone had the bright idea of taking this runoff or fluoride and giving it to humans. That's what this really is. But the study, led by Ashley Malin, an assistant professor in epidemiology at the University of Florida, found correlations between increased fluoride levels in pregnant women, women's urine, and higher reports of neurobehavioral problems in their children. These issues were self-reported by mothers and included headaches, stomach pain, suggesting a potential concern for fetal brain development. Quote, "There is no known benefit of fluoride consumption to the developing fetus, but we do know that there is possibly a risk to their developing brains," Malin said. "We found that each 0.68 milligram per liter increase in fluoride levels in the pregnant women's urine was associated with nearly double the odds of children scoring in the clinical or borderline clinical range for neurobehavioral problems at age 3, based on their mother's reporting. Malign highlighted the importance of reconsidering fluoride exposure recommendations during pregnancy. She pointed out the lack of known benefits for fetal development against potential risk and called for broader nationwide studies to further investigate her team's findings. My thing is, you know, in the UK, they really don't have a lot of fluoride. They are implementing them in some places. But for thousands of years, there was no fluoride, and people in Britain, they were fine. Their teeth was okay. Yeah, they have some weird looking teeth sometimes, but it's still fine though. It's better than drinking these chemicals. I can't tell you the last time I actually drank tap water. I refuse to drink tap water because of this fact. When I found out what it did to the pipes in 2002, that was the last time I voluntarily drank tap water. But watch yourself. Don't trust government. Do your own research. But let me know what y'all think about this. Leave your comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe. And check out jjthepsychotherapist.com for the latest in news. Until next time, peace.